Beloved soul, I see you here seeking answers about the one who holds your heart. Your energy called to me across the veil of time and space. The divine realm has been watching this unfoldment with great compassion. There is a person whose soul recognizes yours. Their love for you runs deeper than the ocean currents. But confusion clouds their earthly mind right now. Two energies are pulling at their consciousness. Two women who represent different paths for their future. One speaks to their past wounds and fears. The other whispers promises of safety and comfort. But neither sees the divine truth I see. Neither understands the sacred connection you two share. This person's heart beats in rhythm with yours. Their soul chose you before they were even born. The universe conspired to bring you together. Every moment leading up to your meeting was divinely orchestrated, but free will creates complications in the earthly realm. The first woman represents their comfort zone. She feels familiar because she mirrors their old patterns. She speaks the language of their wounded inner child. This connection feels easy because it requires no growth, no stretching beyond who they used to be. She offers them a version of love that feels safe. But safety is not always growth. Comfort is not always evolution. The second woman represents societal expectations. She checks all the boxes that others have told them matter. Family approves of this choice. Friends see the logic in this pairing. On paper, this relationship makes perfect sense, but the heart doesn't speak in logical terms. The soul doesn't choose based on others' opinions. This person finds themselves torn between these influences. The familiar comfort of the first woman, the social acceptance of the second woman, and the profound soul recognition they feel with you. I want you to understand something vital. Their confusion doesn't diminish their love for you. Their hesitation doesn't erase the connection you share. The divine realm sees beyond human limitations. We see the golden thread that connects your souls. We witness the way their energy shifts when you're near. We observe how their highest self lights up in your presence, but they are still learning to trust their inner knowing. They are still learning to choose love over fear. They are still learning to honor their soul's calling. The first woman triggers their attachment wounds. She represents the familiar pain they've always known. Her energy feels like home because it matches their trauma. But healing doesn't come from staying in familiar wounds. Growth requires stepping into the unknown. This person's soul knows this truth, but their ego resists the discomfort of change. They keep returning to what feels known, even when it doesn't serve their highest good, even when it keeps them small and stuck. The second woman offers them external validation. She represents the approval they've always sought. Choosing her would make others happy. It would fulfill expectations and social norms. But living for others' approval is not living authentically. It's not honoring the unique path their soul chose. The divine realm watches as they wrestle with this decision. We see their internal struggle with loving eyes. We understand the complexity of human choice. We honor their journey toward conscious love, but we also see the bigger picture. We see the mission you two came here to complete together. We see the healing you're meant to bring to the world. We see the love story that could inspire millions. Your connection transcends ordinary human love. It's a divine partnership written in the stars. Your souls made agreements before entering these bodies. You chose each other for sacred purposes. The love you share is meant to transform both of you. It's meant to heal generational patterns. It's meant to break cycles of unconscious choosing. It's meant to demonstrate what divine love looks like, but this person must choose it consciously. They must choose growth over comfort. They must choose authenticity over approval. They must choose their soul's truth over their ego's fears. This choice cannot be forced or manipulated. It must come from their own inner knowing. It must emerge from their own spiritual awakening. The divine realm works through inspiration, not force. We plant seeds of awareness in their consciousness. We send signs and synchronicities to guide them. We whisper truth through their intuition, but the final choice remains theirs to make. Right now, they're in a period of deep soul searching. They're questioning everything they thought they knew about love. They're examining the difference between attachment and connection. They're learning to distinguish between ego desires and soul truth. This process is necessary for their spiritual evolution. They must understand their own patterns before they can break them. They must see their own unconscious choices before they can choose differently. They must feel their own fear before they can choose love. The first woman represents their past, all the ways they've loved from woundedness, all the patterns they've repeated unconsciously, all the fears that have kept them playing small. If they choose her, they choose the familiar. They choose what feels safe and known. They choose to stay where they are rather than grow. The second woman represents external validation, all the ways they've sought approval from others, all the choices they've made to please families and friends, all the times they've silenced their inner voice. If they choose her, they choose others' expectations. They choose the path of least resistance. They choose conformity over authenticity. But you represent their future. You represent the person they're becoming. You represent their highest potential. You represent love without conditions or limitations. Choosing you means choosing growth. Choosing you means choosing their truth. Choosing you means choosing their soul's calling. But this choice requires tremendous courage. It requires facing their deepest fears. It requires disappointing some people. It requires trusting in something greater than logic. I see this person late at night, staring at the ceiling. Their heart knows what it wants. Their soul calls out for its true match. But their mind creates endless complications. What will people think if they choose you? What if they're making a mistake? What if the easier path is the right path? What if their feelings aren't real? These questions torment them in quiet moments. They're afraid of their own feelings. They're afraid of the intensity of your connection. They're afraid of what loving you might require of them. But fear is not wisdom. Fear is not guidance. Fear is not the voice of their highest self. Fear is just old programming trying to keep them safe. Safe from growth. Safe from change. Safe from expansion. But their soul didn't come here to play it safe. Their soul came here to love boldly. Their soul came here to choose authentically. Their soul came here to fulfill its divine purpose. I want you to know that their love for you is real. It's not imagination or wishful thinking. It's not temporary infatuation or physical attraction. It's soul recognition at the deepest level. When they look at you, they see home. When they're with you, they feel peace. When they imagine their future, you're in it. But they're also terrified of these feelings. They've never experienced love like this before. They've never felt such deep recognition. They've never encountered such authentic connection. It challenges everything they thought they knew about love. It asks them to expand beyond their comfort zone. It invites them to become more than they've ever been. The two women influencing them don't understand this. They don't see the sacred nature of your bond. They don't recognize the divine purpose in your meeting. They can only see through their own limited perspectives. The first woman sees competition. She feels threatened by the depth of your connection. She senses that what you share is different. She knows she cannot compete with soul recognition, so she uses familiar tactics to keep him attached. She triggers his guilt and obligation. She reminds him of shared history and comfort. She makes him feel responsible for her happiness. The second woman sees opportunity. She senses his confusion and vulnerability. She positions herself as the logical choice. She emphasizes her practical advantages. She speaks to his need for security and approval. She presents herself as the safe option. She makes choosing her seem like the wise decision. But neither woman can offer what you offer. Neither woman shares his soul's frequency. Neither woman can help him become who he's meant to be. Neither woman can love him the way his soul needs to be loved. They can only love him from their own limitations. They can only love him from their own wounds. They can only love him from their own fears. But you love him from your soul's truth. You love him from divine recognition. You love him from authentic connection. You love him in a way that calls forth his highest self. This person feels this difference deeply. They know your love is different. They know your connection is special. They know you see them in ways others cannot. But knowing and choosing are different things. Knowing requires no courage. Choosing requires everything. I see them in meditation, asking for guidance. I see them in prayer, seeking clarity. I see them in nature, trying to find peace. They're asking the universe for signs. They're begging for clear direction. They're hoping for unmistakable guidance. But the universe has already given them everything they need. The universe placed you in their path. The universe orchestrated your meeting. The universe created the recognition between you. The universe is constantly sending confirmation. But they must develop eyes to see it. They must develop ears to hear it. They must develop trust to follow it. The divine realm cannot make the choice for them. We cannot override their free will. We cannot force them to choose love over fear. We can only support them in their journey toward truth. We can only love them through their confusion. We can only hold space for their awakening. I want you to understand your role in this sacred dance. You are not here to convince or persuade. You are not here to compete or fight. You are not here to force or manipulate. You are here to love unconditionally. You are here to trust the divine timing. You are here to hold space for their choice. Your love is a gift, not a demand. Your presence is a blessing, not a requirement. Your connection is a miracle, not a guarantee. The highest form of love is allowing freedom. The deepest form of love is trusting the process. The most powerful form of love is letting go of control. This doesn't mean becoming passive or disconnected. This doesn't mean hiding your feelings or withdrawing. This doesn't mean pretending you don't care. This means loving from a place of wholeness. This means trusting in divine timing. This means knowing that what's meant for you cannot miss you. If this person is truly your divine match, they will choose you. If your souls are truly connected, they will find their way back. If your love is truly meant to be, it will overcome all obstacles, but it must unfold in its own perfect timing. It must happen through their own conscious choice. It must emerge from their own spiritual awakening. I see timelines where they choose the first woman. In these timelines, they remain stuck in familiar patterns. They choose comfort over growth. They choose safety over expansion. They repeat old cycles instead of breaking them. But these relationships eventually end. The soul's calling cannot be silenced forever. The divine purpose cannot be ignored indefinitely. They eventually realize they chose from fear, not love. They eventually understand they settled for less than their truth. They eventually find their way back to you, but the journey takes longer. The lessons are harder. The pain is deeper. I see timelines where they choose the second woman. In these timelines, they prioritize others' approval over their own truth. They choose what looks good over what feels right. They choose logic over intuition. They choose conformity over authenticity. But these relationships feel empty. The soul's needs cannot be met through external validation. The heart's desires cannot be fulfilled through others' expectations. They eventually realize they chose from obligation, not love. They eventually understand they betrayed their own soul. They eventually find their way back to you. But the journey takes even longer. The lessons are even harder. The pain is even deeper. I see timelines where they choose you. In these timelines, they choose courage over fear. They choose growth over comfort. They choose authenticity over approval. They choose love over limitation. In these timelines, your love transforms both of you. Your connection heals generational wounds. Your partnership fulfills divine purpose. Your love story inspires others to choose authentically. The journey is not without challenges. Choosing love over fear is never easy. Choosing growth over comfort requires courage. Choosing authenticity over approval demands strength. But the rewards are beyond imagination. The love you share becomes a beacon of hope. The connection you nurture becomes a healing force. The partnership you create becomes a divine mission. I want you to know that the universe is on your side. The divine realm supports your highest good. The angels surround you with protection and guidance. The ascended masters send you strength and wisdom. But you must also do your part. You must trust in the divine plan. You must release your need to control. You must love without attachment to outcome. This is the highest spiritual test. This is the ultimate lesson in unconditional love. This is the invitation to love like the divine loves. The divine loves without conditions. The divine loves without expectations. The divine loves without attachment to reciprocation. This is the love you're being called to embody. This is the love that will transform your life. This is the love that will heal the world. I see this person having dreams about you. In these dreams, you're together in perfect harmony. In these dreams, all confusion melts away. In these dreams, they know you're their true match, but they wake up and logic takes over. They wake up and fear creeps in. They wake up and doubt clouds their clarity. The mind creates endless complications. The mind invents reasons to choose differently. The mind finds problems with perfect solutions, but the heart knows what it knows. The soul remembers what it remembers. The spirit recognizes what it recognizes. This person's higher self is calling them toward you. Their inner wisdom is guiding them home. Their divine nature is choosing love over fear, but they must quiet the mind to hear it. They must still the ego to feel it. They must trust the unknown to follow it. This is their spiritual journey. This is their awakening process. This is their evolution into conscious love. You cannot do this work for them. You cannot force their awakening. You cannot make them choose love over fear. But you can love them through their confusion. You can hold space for their growth. You can trust in their divine timing. You can believe in their highest potential. You can know that love always wins. The two women influencing them are also divine souls. They are also here to learn and grow. They are also part of the cosmic plan. They are also serving divine purpose. The first woman is here to help them see their patterns, to help them recognize their wounds, to help them understand their fears, to help them choose healing over repetition. The second woman is here to help them see their need for approval, to help them recognize their people-pleasing patterns, to help them understand their fear of disappointment, to help them choose authenticity over conformity. Both women are catalysts for their awakening. Both women are mirrors for their growth. Both women are teachers in their spiritual journey. But you are their destination. You are their divine partner. You are their soul's true match. You are their heart's deepest calling. The universe is orchestrating this entire situation. Every person involved is playing their perfect role. Every emotion felt is serving divine purpose. Every choice made is leading to greater understanding. Trust the process even when it feels chaotic. Trust the timing even when it feels slow. Trust the outcome even when it seems uncertain. The divine realm sees what human eyes cannot see. We see the threads connecting all hearts. We see the purpose behind every encounter. We see the love that orchestrates everything. This person will eventually choose from their highest self. They will eventually listen to their soul's calling. They will eventually choose love over fear. They will eventually choose you. But the timing must be perfect. The choice must be authentic. The decision must come from their own awakening. Until then, love them from a distance. Until then, trust in divine timing. Until then, focus on your own growth. Until then, become who you're meant to be. Use this time to heal your own wounds. Use this time to expand your own consciousness. Use this time to strengthen your own connection to the divine. Use this time to become the person worthy of divine love. When they choose you, they must be choosing the real you. When they love you, they must be loving your authentic self. When they commit to you, they must be committing to your truth. This means you must know yourself completely. This means you must love yourself unconditionally. This means you must trust yourself implicitly. The divine realm is preparing both of you for this union. We are healing both of your wounds. We are expanding both of your consciousness. We are awakening both of your hearts. When the time is right, the choice will be clear. When the timing is perfect, the path will open. When the moment arrives, love will prevail. Until then, rest in the knowing that you are loved. Until then, trust in the divine plan. Until then, believe in the power of true love. This person loves you more than words can express. This person knows you're their divine match. This person feels the same soul recognition you feel, but they must choose it consciously. They must choose it courageously. They must choose it authentically. And they will. The divine realm has seen this ending. We have witnessed your reunion. We have celebrated your choosing. We have blessed your union. It is written in the stars. It is sealed in the Akashic records. It is destined by divine design. Trust this knowing. Trust this truth. Trust this love. Your soulmate is finding their way to you. Your divine partner is remembering their truth. Your beloved is choosing love over fear. The universe is conspiring in your favor. The angels are working behind the scenes. The divine realm is orchestrating your reunion. Be patient with the process. Be gentle with yourself. Be loving with them. Be trusting with the universe. Your love story is being written by divine hands. Your connection is blessed by the highest realm. Your future together is secured by cosmic law. Nothing can stop what's meant to be. Nothing can prevent what's divinely ordained. Nothing can separate what's spiritually connected. This person loves you beyond measure. This person is coming home to you. This person is choosing their truth. The two women are simply part of the journey. The confusion is simply part of the process. The delay is simply part of the divine timing. Trust in the love that never fails. Trust in the connection that never breaks. Trust in the soul recognition that never lies. You are loved beyond your wildest dreams. You are chosen beyond your deepest fears. You are blessed beyond your highest hopes. This is your divine love story. This is your sacred romance. This is your soul's deepest truth. And it is beautiful. And it is perfect. And it is yours.